Sometimes love takes the long way. Tammy and Lena lived in Los Angeles, where the weather was perfect, and dating was anything but. Their nights usually ended the same way. Takeout containers spread across the coffee table, wine poured a little too generously, and one phone glowing with dating app notifications no one wanted to answer. He said he was emotionally available and then asked me what that meant. Tammy laughed, shaking her head. Dating apps had tested them both. But no matter how bad it got, they always had each other. That weekend, they hosted game night. Their apartment buzzed with laughter, snacks, and friendly competition. When Tammy's brother Edwin walked in, Lena noticed immediately. There was something about his calm energy, steady, grounded, that made her pause. Later that night, while stacking plates and wiping counters, Tammy glanced at her best friend. "So, do you like my brother?" Lena smiled shyly. "I don't dislike him." Tammy laughed. That was all she needed to know. Edwin asked Lena out soon after. Their first date was at a carnival glowing with lights and music. They shared cotton candy, laughed until their cheeks hurt, and when Edwin won her a giant teddy bear at one of the games, Lena squealed. They named him Barely White, and somehow that made the night even better. That same night, Tammy knelt beside her bed and prayed. She didn't ask for perfection. She asked for peace, for honesty, for a love that didn't make her question herself. The next morning at church, a man sat beside her. His name was Hendrix. After service, he introduced himself and asked her to dinner. Their first date surprised Tammy. Hendrix told the worst dad jokes, on purpose. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Tammy groaned, then laughed harder than she expected. Between jokes, they talked about faith, family, and life. They walked after dinner, laughing under the evening sky, and Tammy realized something felt different. She wasn't anxious. She wasn't overthinking. She felt comfortable. Meanwhile, Edwin and Lena were settling into something real, until one night, during a movie at his place, Edwin's phone lit up. Cassandra. Soon after, she appeared at his door, wanting to talk. Lena left quietly, her heart heavier than she wanted to admit. That night, she cried. The next day, Edwin showed up at Lena's door with flowers, candy, and sincerity. He apologized. He explained, and he listened. Over coffee, Lena told Tammy everything. "I love him." Tammy nodded gently. "Then let him show you who he really is." On Lena's birthday, surrounded by friends and family, Edwin dropped to one knee. Lena cried and said yes without hesitation. Wedding planning followed. Dress shopping day was full of laughter, tears, and opinions. Lena stepped out in gown after gown while her mother wiped her eyes and the bridesmaids gasped dramatically. Lena finally stepped out in the dress. Everyone knew. On the wedding day, Tammy helped Lena with the final touches, smoothing her veil and holding her hands. "You're marrying someone who loves you loudly. That matters." Edwin and Lena exchanged vows in front of everyone who loved them, promising honesty, faith, and choosing each other daily. At the reception, Tammy gave her speech. She spoke about friendship, about family, about her grandparents, how they met young, grew together, forgave often, and stayed committed even when love required work. They taught us that love isn't just about finding the right person, it's about being the right one. Lena cried. Edwin squeezed her hand. Music filled the room. Everyone danced. Tammy danced with Hendrix, laughing easily, feeling lighter than she had in a long time. Later, she stepped away toward the punch bar and bumped into someone she hadn't expected. Maverick. Her past stood right in front of her. As the music kept playing, sometimes love takes the long way. And sometimes the past shows up right before the future fully unfolds. To be continued.